some trouble, right? Let's go next. We're gonna jump from walking to drinking. Europeans, what they like is drinking, right? Especially, I'm talking about, it's not even Western. No, all Europeans like to drink. And the drinking nations are Austria, Italy, Spain, all of them. All of them, basically, they drink. And there is like a specific rule for drinking. Rule number one, there are no rules about drinking. You can drink everywhere, you can drink anytime, and you can drink kind of anything. So here is the meme, if you can call it, created by me, which is true. I've heard some people saying that. I need Max. Anyway. So I was in the restaurant, and it's not like a restaurant, it's like a pub, right? During the lunch time. Some person came here and he said, I'm gonna have a beer, right? With anything else, just a beer. And then the waiter said, you know, it's 12 o'clock, which is noon, right? And are you sure you want just a beer? Well, they say it a bit more gently, not like that. It's direct, but still. And then he said that, yeah, I'm gonna have 2 beer, and then he orders something else. But the logic here is that they really drink at 12 o'clock. So if you go, for example, Austria, right? If you go to Austria, here you guys, you have lunch, you order, right, to the office, right, usually. If you have lunch, what do you do? Do you go out or you order food? So if you work in the office, I heard that you cannot leave the office, right? So some people order, right? Europeans, they go and drink. So beer is not really an alcohol for them. I mean, normal people do not drink vodka, right? Or they don't drink whiskey during lunchtime. But beer is totally fine. Yeah. So yeah, anytime, anywhere, and they like to drink good liquor. In Europe, it's very hard to find bad alcohol because first thing is that European Union will not allow you to have something bad, right? They certify everything. It has to be approved by the national health or wealth or whatever ministry, right? Yeah, and this is how pubs look. This is British pub, by the way, but it's not European Union anymore. But yes, in Europe, you see pubs like that, and they're everywhere. Like you have food stalls, right, and food places here that Europeans, how they do, they have pubs everywhere. So it's not difficult to find a place to drink. You just go and you drink. Any questions about pubs or alcohol in Europe? No? Have you ever tried European wine or beer?
Beer.
Beer? What kind of beer?
I don't know. It just look like
European?
European.
I mean like the country. German beer. No? Nobody? If you want to try, very nice beer is from Belgium. Belgian beer is cool. Lithuanian beer is not bad. German and Austrian beer, I cannot say they're the best. So if I could choose, I would probably choose Belgium. Belgian beer is the best one for me. Yeah, let's go next. And we cannot see it's very light, but now let's dive into how they're different, right? European nations. And if you go to big countries, like let's take Spain, I mean big nation, right? Spain, Germany, what else? France, right? They're all different about how they see the time and how they treat it. So if we go to Austria, let's start with Austria. Austrian people, they are extremely punctual. So if you have a meeting, let's say at 2 o'clock, Austrians will come at 2, exactly. At 2 o'clock. Some of them can come in advance, but you will not see any Austrians who come at 2:01, or 2:02, or God forbid 2:05. That's gonna be a huge mistake for them. So they will look at you very weirdly if you come at 2 or 3, right? And you don't tell them in advance. So this is like, you can read the information. So they're extremely punctual. I mean, if you have an emergency, you can call them and tell that, hey, I'm gonna be late, but still they will be grumpy after that. They do not tolerate if person is late. They come in advance if it's a very important meeting. It's not like friendship, right, meeting. It's an interview, let's say. So they will come in 10 or 15 minutes in advance. So this is usual for them. My sister today, she went to Austrian school. This is her first day. And teachers, they do not wait in the classroom. Like, for example, in Ukraine, when kids go to school, the teacher is already in the classroom because teachers come at 5 a.m. And in Austria, teachers come like university lecturers. And the class starts at 7:45, and the teacher came at 7:40 sharp. So she was like 5 minutes in advance. In university, right, in college, if you have a class at 8, the professor usually comes at what, 8:05, right? Some of them 8:03, 8:10. Well, this is what my professors do, but not in Austria. Let's go next, Spain, right? It's also European Union, but totally different. So Spanish people, they are late. They're late everywhere, and they don't consider it to be late. They're just free people, right? And if you meet a Spanish person, just expect them to be late for like 10, 15 minutes. It's gonna be fine. If we have like a birthday party, right, and you say, hey, everyone come at 7 p.m., right? I expect everyone to be at 7. They will probably come at 7:15, 7:30, and nobody will even like look at you weirdly because everyone thinks it's okay to be late, right? Yeah, we have the Spanish phrase, no pasa nada. Does anyone speak Spanish here? No. I thought maybe you are.
¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué pasa?
Yeah,
Hasta la vista.
it means not important, yeah. So just don't be punctual with Spanish people. They will not see you as that. Let's go next. We have Italians, and Italians are very kind of similar in this term to Spanish people. They're also late. It's not mandatory. They can show up 10 minutes late. Have any one of you had experience with Italians or Spanish? No? Maybe you have like exchange students, exchange classmates. So yeah, Italians, they also come like 15 minutes late. When I was working in Lithuania, in Europe, I had a guy from Spain, but his parents were from Italy, so he's like half Spanish, half Italian. He would always come to class. If his students come like at, let's say, 10 o'clock, he would come to his class, to his lecture at 10:10, 10:15. Everybody, were telling him like, this is not okay, you're not in Spain, you're not in Italy. You cannot do that, but he was still doing that. So Italians are like Spanish, but sometimes Italians seem to be a bit more friendly because they come with a gift. So even if they're late, they will bring wine. I mean, it's not only Italians, like in Ukraine we also do that. We also come and we bring something, but we come on time. They don't not come on time, so this is the difference, right? So yeah, they come with food or wine. This is how they pay you back for the time. Then we have French, and the French people, they are kind of punctual. I cannot say that they're very punctual, but they are in terms of meetings, exams, or something that is important to them. If it's like a friendship, you have known each other for like whatever time, they can be late for like 5-10 minutes. It's gonna be okay, but not to the important date or something like that. But yeah, do not forget to call Spanish people if you're French people if you're late to their interview. Lithuanians, right? Well, if you remember, back in time, Lithuania was part of the USSR, right? European. Yeah. How do you say it in English? United Soviet States. Yeah. So.
有一些时候苏联，有听过吗？
Yeah, yeah. Like
苏联。
big opposition to America. They were part of that, and in that time, like Russians, Ukrainian, Belarus people, they are punctual in a way. We're not like Spanish people or Italian. Sometimes we can be late, but we come on time usually. So Lithuanians, I think they got this habit to be punctual. So in Lithuania, you will not see people to be late. So they will always come on time. Again, when I was working in Lithuania, I used to have classes with students, and they would come to my class 20 minutes in advance. And one woman, she liked to have classes at 7:30 a.m. like crazy early time. So she would come at 7:15. She would be in my office already. I would come like at 7:25, right before the class. But she, used to come very early, so they are punctual. In terms of university professors, they are also punctual because, like, in Ukraine, in America, they can come a bit later than the actual class starts. Not in Lithuania. They don't like when you're late. Call them in advance. They might consider your apology, but they do not mess with them. Yeah, so that's how they're different, right? Still European Union, but they're very different. Let's go next. Talking about how you can communicate